Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P-Dog Knight.
Howdy, 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 hi. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, P-Dog Knight, and also known as Marty. Wait, I'm Marty, also known as P-Dog Knight on the internet. Whoa, the hell was that? Good morning. Yeah, it is Thursday, the 29th of August, 2024, and it is FTG Thursday, and this is a big fat FTG. Oh my God. Thanks Gunfox for catching me up on a couple things this morning. I found that, and I knew I wanted to talk about that, but I almost forgot to do it. So thank you for reminding me. I also got, man, I have so many articles open, and I'm still opening articles, and I just, I'm not going to get to them, but I do drop a lot of good articles in the chat at the end of the show, and also in the description. So if you ever get time, just go and check. There's all kinds of stuff going on. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. I am. Oh my God, Zuckerberg again. Appeals court. Oh, an appeals court has revived Sarah Palin's defamation lawsuit against the New York Times. That's fascinating. Wait, why is that showing up? Where is that? I know I opened it. That's ace. That's there. Maybe I didn't open it. Okay, we'll put it over here. I'm curious about that. I'm always interested in First Amendment issues, especially. 239 million is like tossing a bum a nickel. Oh, yeah, as far as the Taliban, but still, there's more to that story though. You're going to be interested when I get to the little Taliban section. So anyway, arrested CEO of messaging app with 1 billion users ramps up West. Okay, I see. Yeah, they arrested that dude. So anyway, hi, how you doing? Let's say hi to everybody and get this thing going. I'm distracted by the wealth of articles that I have open, and I'm just looking over here going, holy shit, I'm not going to get to any of this. So, but anyway, let's say hi first in the chat. Of course, it's Mr. AcCiDeNtAlLy gets the bell. Music, please. Also, good morning, Patty. Oh, furniture. You were close. AD only put 7 things in the chat before you got here, but literally he did and then came pop. That was you. You were the pop. So I'm glad you're here. Also, good morning, Attack Alpaca. Lord Stanhope's in the house. Big Dave. What's up, Big Dave? Also, good morning too. Well, is that it? Wait, are there only like 6 people here? What the hell's going? There's 11. What the hell's going on? Where the hell is everybody? Did notifications not go out? What the hell? That's there's something wrong. There's gotta be. Anyway, well, maybe I should just blabble on. Blabble on. That's the new word. Blabble. I'm gonna blabble on in Babylon with my tight pants on. My name is Ron. They all decided to work their jobs. Yeah, I know. I do stream at a weird time. Maybe that's why my channel doesn't grow. But the thing is, I've seen Crowder get 15,000 people at this time in the morning. So I should at least get 10 or 50 or 100. I don't know. Good morning, Somnambull Nation. How you doing? Thanks for tweeting out the show, though, too. Speaking of which, anyone else do that? I'm going to check the notifications here. Looks like there's Somnambull Nation. That's it. Okay. Well, don't you hate it when they make you work at your job. I know, I do. I really do. So let me come back. I'm going to just go into the chat and see what you guys were talking about. A lot of good mornings, yes. Lord Stan, I just realized this would be a great place for a Civil War battle. Where would that be? I don't know. What's that mean? I don't know. With all the water, you could reenact the Battle of Hampton Roads, aka the Battle of the Monitor versus the Merrimack. Where? Okay, are you getting rained on there? Who said that? Lord Stanhope, are you getting rain? So what does that have to do with anything? What is this? Good call. If you go that route, you can also reenact some of the Great Lakes battles. Oh, speaking of the Great Lakes battles, today's cup of coffee is sponsored by the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes. No sharks, or no salt, no sharks, no worries, because there's no salt or sharks in the Great Lakes. I wonder if there's ever been a shark in the Great Lake. You know how sometimes sharks swim up into freshwater rivers and stuff like that? I wonder if there's ever been a shark that has made it to Lake Erie. Is Lake Erie the first one from the farthest east, or Lake Huron? No, Lake Erie. Lake Erie is the farthest east, right? I wonder if there's ever been a shark that's made its way into Lake Erie. And anyone know the answer to that? That's interesting. And let's see. A pox on your family for that. And here I had a soulful strut stuck in my head, and you killed it. Oh, are you talking about me for going? That's gonna be stuck in my fucking head too. Oh, he was talking about Mackinac Island. Oh, I love Mackinac Island. That is just a great place. When we drove there one, it was Memorial Day last year. We took the long weekend and we drove up the coast of Lake Michigan. We drove over to Green Bay, hung out in Green Bay for a couple hours, then drove up the coast of Michigan on the west side of Lake Michigan, drove up all the way around to where the Mackinac Bridge is, which crosses the kind of the borderline, so to speak, between Lake Michigan and Lake Huron. And that's Mackinac City. So we hung out in Mackinac City, went over to the island. And the island is kind of cool because they don't allow motor vehicles. And so everything is either horse and buggy or bicycles. And there's a stable there where you can rent a horse and buggy. That's in my pre-show here. What the countdown right now. That was our day on Mackinac Island. Maybe you already knew that. I don't know. I like it there, but too many people. Plenty of other places in the UP equally beautiful. Well, the thing is, we were there when we were there. It was, like I said, Memorial Day weekend, so it was really early. So there weren't tons of people there, but yeah, there's the UP is really cool. I really want to go back there again, particularly along the south shore of Lake Superior. There's some really cool places. Pictured Rocks National Park or National Shoreline. That area is freaking amazing. It's so beautiful. The lake's beautiful there. I want to go to that town there that on the southwest end of it, and do a glass boat tour so we can, you can look down in the water and stuff. But yeah, really loved it. Really loved it. There's nothing really stable here in Michigan. Well, no, it is like a horse stable there, Soundable Nation. Wait, I do love Chris Hansen, even he's guilty of bank fraud. Oh, my goodness. Well, there you go. Anyway, thank you, Johnny Boomertech, for dropping the link there. If you guys would be so kind, you can hit the like button, share the stream, or drop a deuce or two in the tip jar, and you could be the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Good morning, Rod Line. Somewhere in Time draws all the romantic chicks to Mackinac Island. Somewhere in Time. Oh yeah, isn't that the movie they filmed there in the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island? That hotel is beautiful too. We took a tour of that, and that was something else. It's old school, old time, grand, and grand is not even the word for it. It's spectacular. with it up on the hill, overlooking the lake and overlooking Mackinac City from the island. That beautiful tulip garden that's in my preview here, the countdown video. That's what it looked like on Memorial Day last year. It's painted rocks, not pictured. I always say pictured rocks. Is it painted rock? Are you sure it's painted rock? I think it's pictured rock. It's Pictured Rocks National Shoreline. U.S. National Lakes. See, I'm smarter than I look, dude. I truly am. I truly am smarter than I look. Here it is. Pictured Rocks National Shoreline, or Lakeshore Coastline, is a 42-mile-long shoreline along Lake Superior in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. The park's unique landscape features sandstone cliffs, beaches, waterfalls, sand dunes, and inland lakes, and deep forest. The power of Lake Superior shapes the park's coastal features and affects every ecosystem, creating distinctive and breathtaking environment. So there you go. Is there also a Painted Rocks? Hello, Andrew Thorsten. How you doing? Green Badger Outdoors. Is there a Painted Rocks? Let's find out. Painted Rocks. There's a Painted Rocks Elementary School. Oh, Painted Rocks State Park, but that's in Montana. Painted Rocks. Let's see if there's a... Nope, there's Painted Rocks. Also known as Kindness Stones. That's a whole different thing. Okay, so there you go. Pictured Rocks in Michigan. I don't know about Painted Rocks. There you go. And I used to do that too, AD. I used to call it Painted Rocks, and I figured out I was incorrect. All right, should we do some news now? I mean, I don't have a lot of time, and the audience will eventually show up. So let's start here. First thing, NVIDIA is trending right now. NVIDIA, the company, apparently because if you had invested in NVIDIA, 76% of their, or better yet, had you worked at NVIDIA, there's a 76% chance you would be a millionaire. 1 out of 3 NVIDIA employees, 1 in 3 NVIDIA employees have a net worth of over $20 million because they're all invested, they get stocks in their whatever. Why millionaire in NVIDIA employees are still working until 2 a.m. That's interesting. So here it is. Pressure cooker. Why millionaire NVIDIA employees are still working until 2 a.m. In a new report, current and former NVIDIA employees gave insight into the work culture at the chip maker, including long hours, lots of yelling, and unbelievable bank accounts. NVIDIA is an AI chip maker with market cap of over $3 trillion. Holy shit. A new report reveals that though NVIDIA's boom may have created millionaires among its staff, its expectation for those employees haven't changed, with current and former employees detailing its pressure cooker work culture. In a June poll of 3,000 NVIDIA employees out of around 30,000 showed that 76% were millionaires. So, and so that's why it's trending right now. Plus the fact that, and the reason there, look, here's why. Let me show you this little graphic here. This is why NVIDIA employees are doing quite well. Okay, let's put the full screen there. Here's this is showing NVIDIA versus Bitcoin and gold. Now, returns since January 2020. Okay, January 2020. And I'm going to leave I'm assuming, here, we'll get rid of the music. So, by the way, let me just pause here. Gold is the red line for some reason. NVIDIA is the blue line, and Bitcoin is the yellow line. Okay, got it? NVIDIA blue, Bitcoin yellow, and gold red, which you'd think the gold would be gold, but whatever. Here we go. And this is since January 2020. And this is just the return. So if you bought $100 worth of NVIDIA, I think this is your percentage return since that date with these different, I guess, investments. So there it goes, and gold is kind of slowly steady. But thing about gold, though, it's generally going to stay fairly steady. But at one point, there was losses on all three. That was in March 2020. But NVIDIA's, so gold's at about sticking around 25%. Up, Bitcoin went up. Bitcoin went up. Oh, my God. Okay, this is when Elon Musk and Tesla's investment into the Bitcoin happened right there. That's what went up. But what? Okay, there's where China cracked down on Bitcoin mining about there in May of 2021. Okay, and look at NVIDIA's just great, just rising generally. El Salvador adopts Bitcoin as a legal tender. Okay. So Bitcoin has done very well. But wait, what's going on with NVIDIA here? Tech stocks rally post-COVID. Hello, Selected Boy. What's up?
Yeah, boy.
And then what happens here? Okay, wait. I'm trying to see these these landmark dates. Still, you're doing good. Oh, Bitcoin took a drop there in July 2022. And we're talking hundreds of percents now. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There goes. What's going on with NVIDIA? What's going on with Bitcoin? What's going on with NVIDIA? What's going on? Oh, my goodness. What? Whoa. What the hell happened here? This is why 76 of NVIDIA employees are millionaires. Because it's going true to root. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. What the hell happened there? I'm sure what happened. You know that CHIPS Act that Joe Biden and the Congress, whatever, they got that passed, I'm guessing that has something to do with that. I wonder how much NVIDIA stock the members of Congress bought when they were pushing that bill, when they were pushing that CHIPS Act. How many of them bought into NVIDIA and other chip makers just before they passed that bill? I'm curious. It's curiouser and curiouser. So anyway, that's why NVIDIA is trending. Let's move on. Now, this is not trending. This is just something Brian Krasenstein posted. Brian, the uglier twin brother of Ed Krasenstein, of the Krasenstein brothers. And he seems very, very excited. Very excited. Ben Schiller. Remember Ben Schiller, the guy who wishes he was black? And now Ed's little header here is Ben Stiller says he's voting for Kamala Harris because it is time for change. Who agrees? So here's Ben Stiller.
Yeah, good. Do you mind answering just a quick question why you came and what you like about Harris' platform?
Just very excited about moving forward.
Do you still want to be black?
All the energy and excitement.
Do you still want to be black?
This movement right now. So
do you still want to be black?
It's time for change. And
time for change.
You think she'll be able to sustain the momentum post-convention?
Time for change.
The race is going to be close?
It's going to be close, but everybody's motivated to work.
Time for change.
To work and make it happen. So, and she and Tim Walz are just incredible candidates. Right?
Why are they incredible candidates? And he says it's time for change. Well, wait a minute. I got a question, and it's in my head. It's in my thumbnail today. So this right here, the time for change. It's I'm just basically curious. Let me get out of the way here. Who exactly is this Harris in the Biden-Harris administration? It's time for change because right now, this Harris, I believe, is this woman right here. You can't see the cursor there. I'm pretty sure that is the Harris in Biden-Harris. I'm just wondering. So if it's time for change, you would think you'd want to change from that Harris. Now, here's something interesting too. Now, I guess where did I do with that? What did I do with that? Oh, here it is. Is this it? Yeah, and so on that theme, it says he said it's time for change. You know, Barack Obama said something similar to that at the the Democratic National Convention. Now let me show you this, because Barack Obama said the same thing. And well, let's just say someone has decided to use this particular part of his speech. It's time to change Doge diaper. Yeah, that too. Someone decided to use this part of the speech in a very thoughtful way. Here we go.
Trump just used Obama's DNC speech for a campaign ad.
We do not need 4 more years of bluster and bumbling and chaos. We have seen that movie before, and we all know that the sequel is usually worse.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Trump just used Obama.
He used that in an ad. That's amazing. That's classic. That is classic. I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message. That's so good. I love it so much. I'm going to be cutting and pasting that one over and over because it's awesome. All right, let's move on. Michigan, the state of Michigan is trending. We were talking about Michigan earlier. Well, Michigan's trending right now. Why is that? Well, now I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for this or not, but apparently there's a journalist named, what's her name? Yehuda Miller. Yehuda Miller. I don't know what that means, but here's
if someone were to violate.
Wait. Here we go. This is not Yehuda Miller, but anyway, let's just go with this in sequence. Documents obtained by investigative journalist Yehuda Miller through the Freedom of Information Act confirms beyond the shadow of a doubt the Department of Justice and the FBI uncovered a massive 2020 ballot fraud operation based in Michigan and operated in multiple swing states, including Washington, D.C., Chicago, Illinois, Georgia, Iowa, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Florida, funded by Joe Biden's 2020 presidential campaign. Remember when they said they have the biggest fraud operation of all times? Well, what is GBI? Maybe they meant FBI Strategies. Busted. Oh, that's the name of the company. GBI Strategy busted for submitting fraudulent voter registrations during the 2020 election cycle. Following a raid, Michigan law enforcement discovered caches of prepaid gift cards, semi-automatic rifles with silencers, 4 modified pistols with ammunition inside, and disposable burner phones throughout the 2020 election period. These Democratic cartel election committees provided more than $4 million to this criminal organization. Biden for president, $450,000. Democratic senatorial campaign, $2,117,605. DNC Services Corp, $1,031,856. Democratic Party of Iowa, $493,100. The investigation was initiated following the observation of a Muskegon, Michigan clerk who noticed an individual depositing 8,000 location not acceptable views, 8,000 to 10,000 completed voter registration applications at the city office on October 8, 2020. The same individual returned multiple times, registering an additional 2,500 voters. Thousands of these registrations displayed identical handwriting with fraudulent addresses and phone numbers. Additionally, signatures did not match those on file with the criminal Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson. And the icing on the cake, 100,000 ballots cast in the November 3rd, 2020 election were also falsified at Jocelyn Benson's own election headquarters. The FOIA request, I am following up with some information on one of the most egregious situations that I encountered. There are many examples of significant election integrity issues, but this example involves actions of government officials from both the local and state levels that are shocking. Don N. Eisen, Department of Justice Assistant U.S. Attorney. That's someone from the Department of Justice who wrote that. We have received this complaint. Guess what the criminals do? When the FBI and the DOJ got hold of this what they did. When the FBI and the DOJ got hold of this investigation, they passed it right back to this criminal, the criminal who was running it. So is this Jocelyn Benson?
If someone were to violate the law and not certify the election at the local level, we will come for you. So any local certifier thinking of skirting the law and not certifying the vote,
she look how
even think about it.
Look how joyous she is talking about it. She's going to arrest you if you don't certify the votes. Well,
We'll get
interesting, because there's some problems. Here's okay, this is not very clear, so I can't read it. Let's see if the next one's clearer. Here, this one. So this is Michigan Department of State Police, October 26, 2020. Michigan PD report. Let's see. Melch received a small quantity and then a larger quantity of voter registration applications by mail from a female later identified as, they redacted. It was found that she was working for a company called, this company, who went by the name This Company. Mike said that, in her opinion, the quantity of voter registration forms were highly suspicious and possibly fraudulent. Mike's opinion was based on the fact that numerous forms appeared to have been completed by the same writer. How did one writer complete 10,000 registrations, though? That's tough. One writer, upon initial examination, addresses and multiple forms were invalid or non-existent. Mike investigated further and found that phone numbers on multiple forms were erroneous, and signatures on multiple forms did not appear to match signatures on file with the Department of Secretary of State. And then down here says the company is working to register voters and help register voters to obtain absentee ballots. So, and then the last one here, and this is just the vendors, how much this GBI Strategies was giving out to Democrats, basically all Democrats. So, down here, this person says, here it is. The state of Michigan, obituaries confirmed beyond a shadow of a doubt. Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson belongs in prison. 17,327 mail-in ballots that were sent out by this criminal to the dead. One or more obituaries confirms they were still dead and voted on November 3rd in Michigan in the general election. So go check for yourself. And again, this is the same Jocelyn Benson who's,
if someone were to violate the law.
If someone were to violate the law.
And not certify the election.
And not certify the votes.
We will come for you. So any local certifier thinking of skirting the law and not certifying the vote, don't even think about it.
Okay, how about a big FTG for Jocelyn Benson? FTG Jocelyn Benson. So anyway, this is from a FOIA request, and but no, now I must. Okay, let me make a note here for YouTube. YouTube, the 2020 election was the most safe, fair, untainted election in the history of the United States of America. There was not a single instance of voter fraud that could be documented. There was not a single fake ballot in Michigan. There is nothing. It was perfect. It was the most perfect election, and Joe Biden absolutely got 81 million votes in 2020, and I am not an election denier. Moving on. There's lots of people talking about that in these links, making fun of Jocelyn Benson. So there you go. FOIA requests, and look, these documents came from the Department of Justice. So somebody there knew. Speaking of the Department of Justice, Merrick Garland's trending. Now, why is Merrick Garland trending? Well, because in relation to this, these people are nuts. Here's AG Merrick Garland, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, talking about how they are coming for you and your local election officials if they don't certify a questionable election where laws were broken. The election officials have legit concerns and are doing their job to protect the sovereignty of our elections, and Big Brother is coming for them. You just have to take one look at Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson's face to see how unhinged they are. So here's Merrick Garland giving a similar message.
Recently expressing concerns about the upcoming transfer of power and the potential danger of another January 6th. Do you share those concerns at all?
Wait. Before he even answers. Imagine what it's going to be like as far as the peaceful transfer of power and the just the activity around the city of Washington and many other cities, should Donald Trump win, and on January 20th, 2025, he has his inauguration. Imagine what it's going to be like then. How peaceful do you think it'll be in the streets of Washington and other places? Good morning, Zed. What's up, Zed the Snarky? Anyway, let's hear Garland's answer.
I think our prosecutions have made clear what we think about people who try to interfere with the peaceful transfer of power, which is an essential and fundamental element.
By the way, January 6th was not the date of the transfer of power. Remember that? That was the day they wanted to protest. In fact, the other thing about January 6th, this always seems to be left out of any discussion of it. When they say that Donald Trump sent these people to have an insurrection at the Capitol, he said he sent them to the Capitol, right? Who here knows why he said go to the Capitol? Anyone that something they almost never mention. He didn't send him to the Capitol to have an insurrection. There was a space reserved at the Capitol to continue the event that they were having. Did you know that? Did you know that they had a place on the Capitol grounds reserved to continue their rally? That's why those people were going to go to the Capitol from the place where they had the initial rally, the Stop the Steal rally. They had a place reserved on Capitol grounds. Now, when they walked to the Capitol grounds, they ended up in a place that they didn't reserve because there was a select group of people who, during Donald Trump's speech, breached a different section of the Capitol grounds. Now, that happened to be led by none other than a man named Ray Epps. And so when all those people walked to the Capitol, all the other people were walking at that place where they breached rather than around the barriers to the place they were supposed to go to. And that's why they ended up on that side of the Capitol in the first place. So it's interesting. And somebody, I don't know who, had the idea that it would be a good idea to skip the speech and go breach that particular spot in the Capitol grounds. So anyway, and that's also why Donald Trump was originally going to go to the Capitol. Maybe, the whole fake limousine story where he tried to take the wheel from the driver in the limousine. Yeah, that seems likely. But the reason he wanted to go to the Capitol because they were supposed to have a continuing rally at the Capitol, a peaceful rally. But instead they ended up on that one side of the Capitol, and then the police started throwing flash bombs in the crowd and started beating the protesters, so the protesters fought back, and the only video you see is the protesters fighting the police, not the police throwing flash bombs in the crowd and beating them in the head with their sticks. And that's how the whole kerfluffle got started. But there was also some dickheads up there trying to break the glass, like Jonathan Sullivan, the Antifa dickhead from Washington, who was telling them, yeah, we need to blow this shit up. We need to burn it down. So it's interesting. So anyway, all right. Thank you, AcCiDeNtAlLy. You are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. We're dropping a small bullet in the tip jar. It says, AcCiDeNtAlLy says, election denial? No, there was no election. Elections results denial. The person who won did not, in my opinion, win. No one ever did the first. Words mean something, people. Yeah, no one denied election. They denied the results. Exactly. Good point. You know what? That's a good point. I'm going to start using that. Election results, a results denial. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Michigan. So anyway, yeah, that Michigan thing's kind of messed up there. Did I open a separate? I did open a separate key for that. Moving on. By the way, here's the main topic, and thank you, Gunfox. I don't know if Gunfox made it here yet. If you're watching and live, or if you happen to be watching the replay, this is from you, Gunfox. So he sent me this post here. The United States government accidentally transferred $239 million to the Taliban. That's again, that's like one conch shell in an entire ocean. But there is a story. Oh wait, how'd that happen? Wait. Oh, I see what I did. I actually moved that. Okay, here we go. This is what Gunfox sent me. And that's according to Bricks News. And so I got, there's the tweet itself. So I looked up Taliban. And there's a couple things about the Taliban going on. One, the Biden-Harris administration, which pretends to stand for women, handed Afghanistan over to the Taliban, then accidentally sent them $239 million. Now, women in Afghanistan are being brutally oppressed, all thanks to Biden's catastrophic incompetence and Harris's empty promises. So this is, I guess, a report from CBS News where they're saying that the Taliban...
Afghanistan's Taliban rulers have issued a ban...
bans the second of women's... Wait a minute, what's that? Taliban bans the sound of women's voices singing or reading in public. Oh my God, they can't sing or read in public. The Taliban set up a ministry for the propagation of virtue and the prevention of vice after seizing power in 2021 following the U.S. withdrawal. The ministry published new vice and virtue laws last week, which state women must completely veil their bodies, including their faces, in thick clothing at all times in public to avoid leading men into temptation. Women's voices are deemed to be intimate, and so they won't be allowed to be heard singing, reciting, or reading aloud in public under the new restrictions. It is forbidden for women to look at men they are not related to by blood or marriage, and vice versa. The restrictions have been... Wait a minute. Did they say it vice versa? Wait, whoa. Wait, hold up. Let me go back. It is forbidden for women to look at men they are not related to by blood or marriage, and vice versa. Wait a minute. They might be related by blood and marriage? That just didn't sound right. The restrictions have been condemned by the UN's representative for Afghanistan, who said they extend intolerable restrictions on the rights of women and girls. Oh, shocker. The Taliban having restriction on women and girls. Who's ever heard of that? Oh, my God. Wow. Anyway, so the U.S. State Department actually gave them $239 million. Now but there's another thing about this. It's not just that. Where is it here? It was, as I scrolled down, where was it? Because the United States is also paying restitution to families in Afghanistan, Taliban families in Afghanistan, who were killed during the conflict over the last 20 years. They're paying monthly payments to people. Where the hell is it? I just saw it earlier. I'm not sure what happened to it, but 239 million accidentally sent to the Taliban, over 200 billion to Ukraine, billions towards illegals, only $700 to Maui residents, only $1,000 to East Palestine. Who in their right mind would vote for this? Well, no. If you want change, you need to not vote for Kamala Harris, because she's the Harris in Biden-Harris. So, yeah, they track every penny we have, but they don't track their money they're giving to the Taliban. Again, now, 250 million is maybe a small amount relative to the federal budget, but still, why are we sending money to the Taliban? Okay, moving on. Anderson Cooper is trending, and I wasn't sure why, but here, let's see. Let's see here. Someone posted this clip of Anderson Cooper. Let's watch this one. By the way, FTG the Taliban and the Biden administration for setting them $239 million. Now, let's see. This is Anderson Cooper. He's from This is CNN. Let's see why they posted this.
In the United States, who wants to be the next president, is now directly spreading the slogans of the conspiracy cult QAnon, as well as posting a crude, sexist, and misogynistic slur online. Reposting, to be precise, which means he didn't come up with it himself, but liked it so much that he wanted the rest of the world.
Oh, Anderson. Well, never mind. Is that how it works now? He liked it so much. Well, maybe he did. Who knows?
World to see it, which is both a gentle introduction and a warning. One posting of several uses
Anderson's kind of hungry. Anderson's kind of upset here.
Catchphrase is, nothing can stop what is coming, which refers to the so-called mass arrests of so-called deep state members, which in the warped world of QAnon is basically anyone who has irked Donald Trump. Another posting shows President and Hunter Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, Anthony Fauci, Bill Gates.
Oh, no. Oh, this is horrible. Oh, my God. He has pictures of them in orange jumpsuits. I have never seen anyone do that before with any other candidate ever in the history of America. Whoa, wait. Hold up. Oh, yeah, AD, thank you for reminding me of that. I forgot to mention that little tidbit about the $239 million of the Taliban. Thank you for sponsoring the show. Again, you are a great American. Here, let me give you on that too. AcCiDeNtAlLy reminds me, it wasn't just $239 million. It was $239 million from a fund to pay other countries to fight terrorism, of all things, to the people who harbored them. So yes, that is brilliant. Thank you for reminding me, AcCiDeNtAlLy. Okay, Donald Trump actually has pictures of people in orange jumpsuits. Oh my God, that's the worst thing you could ever do.
And Vice President Harris in prison in orange jumpsuits. Dr. Fauci and Bill Gates presumably there for their advocacy of vaccination. Again, this is what the former president of the United States chose to rebroadcast to and amplify for his many followers.
I'm devastated,
He did not
Anderson.
look at this stuff, chuckle silently to himself.
I'm
that's
devastated.
What he would do and move on. Instead, he wanted to give it the stamp of approval of the 45th and perhaps the 47th president.
Oh, it's awful.
And then
it is so bad.
A photo of Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton. The caption, which I'm not going to read out, is demeaning of both women.
Well, what is it, Anderson? I can't read that. It's so fuzzy. Can you guys read that? What does it say? I don't know what that says. I don't care.
And contains a vulgar reference to oral sex acts.
Oh.
Now remember, again, this is the Republican candidate for president and the 45th president of the United States.
Oh my God.
Talking about two women who, no matter what you think of their politics, are two of the most accomplished women in American political history.
What? What? The most accomplished women in American political history? Holy shit, what have they done? But fail. They failed upwards constantly. What are you talking about? But this is funny. This is funny.
This is what he chose to amplify, which, as extreme as it is not exactly out of
it's extreme. Anderson's about to cry.
Character when it comes to him and women.
She was by far the nastiest to Joe Biden. There was nobody nastier than her.
She was extraordinarily nasty to Kavanaugh. She was nasty to a level that was just a horrible thing. She was probably nastier than even Pocahontas.
By the racist?
No, it's Pocahontas, Donald. It's Faux-Kahontas. Get it right, God damn it.
Attorney General of New York State, Letitia Peekaboo James.
How about low IQ, Maxine Waters?
Omarosa is obviously the ultimate villain and the nastiest. I think it's a very nasty question when you ask continue in a very hostile, nasty tone. What a stupid question.
but I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
Okay. Oh well. Does he? I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Is he ever that way to men? Does he ever talk that way to Jim Acosta? Does he ever talk that way to maybe Anderson Cooper? I bet he does. Whatever.
A Harris campaign spokesman put out a statement quoting him now. Donald Trump is out of his mind. If a family member posted what Donald Trump is sharing today, Americans would rightly be concerned. But this is what Donald Trump and his Project 2025 agenda offer America.
Project 2025. Now, Cooper, you know you're lying. You know you're lying. Okay? I know that you're reading their statement, but you know you're flat out lying with that. It's a lie with an alibi that someone else said it. You know you're lying.
Prosecuting political opponents, using dangerous conspiracy theories
to
justify harmful policies.
Oh my God! When have we ever heard of this in American life? When have we? Oh, that's right. Ever since Donald Trump came down the elevator, y'all peddled conspiracy theories. Does Russia sound familiar to you, Anderson?
In dividing Americans.
So anyway, I see why someone might think that is funny. Anyway, thank you, Zed the Starkey, dropping a 556 in the tip jar, and you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. With who says, "Aw, is Andy Vanderbilt whining about mean words again?" Yes, he is. Absolutely right. Yes, he is. Good morning, Ravon Harris. Good to see him, brother. And Willie won't. I'm not going to finish the sentence. I'm not going to. So anyway, a lot of people are talking about Anderson crying about Donald Trump reposting memes. Biden is currently trying to actually put Trump in prison, and Steve Bannon is actually in prison. So shut the fuck up, Anderson. You whiny little bitch.
In the United States, who
shut up, Anderson. I just said shut up. All right, moving on. Also, people being another CNN person is trending. That would be Dana Bash, which we'll hear the interview tonight that Dana Bash is doing with Kamala Harris, with her dad Tim, there to help with the questions. So people are talking about her. Kamala Harris' only job in the interview is to not embarrass herself. Dana Bash's job is to pitch softballs so she doesn't embarrass herself. Tim Wall's job is to jump in and save her if it looks like she will embarrass herself. Kamala Harris will still embarrass herself. No, because they will edit the interview. They said it's a taped interview, and they have not said anything about not editing the interview. So I guarantee it will be edited to put them in their very best light. The questions will be easy. There'll be nothing really super serial about it, and it'll be just a lovely thing when they get it out on the airwaves, which we'll be talking about that interview tomorrow. I mean, that's even though it's Free for All Friday, we're going to talk about the interview. So anyway, and so instead of doing a live interview, they're doing a taped interview with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Dana Bash, who has lied for Kamala Harris, is conducting it, and Kamala Harris is in fact the border czar. So we already saw that one yesterday. All right. Also, let's see. Oh my gosh, it's already time. Well, at least I got to the main topic for a change. Trump media is trending. I'm not sure why that particular phrase is trending, but this is Nicole Shanahan, who was Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s running mate for president, posted this, who says, "I'll admit I used to kind of roll my eyes when people complain or claim that President Donald Trump was being persecuted. I was looking at it through the distorted filter of the media. Well, I just completed my first cross-examination, our second New York ballot access case, where the DNC-aligned PAC attorneys questioned me like a criminal. Okay, I get it now. Our justice system is clearly being co-opted and being abused by nefarious people with malevolent political agendas." And she posted this right here.
And we do have major breaking news. Special Counsel Jack Smith has just filed a superseding indictment in the federal election interference case against the former president, Donald Trump. Let's go straight to CNN's Caitlin Polance.
Imagine that, persecuting your political enemies.
This is the special counsel's effort to get this case back on the road toward trial. This is the January 6th federal election case in court in Washington, D.C. against Donald Trump. The charges, the four charges that Donald Trump has been facing for quite some time now, they're the same in this what's called a superseding indictment, so a rewritten version of the criminal
but they had to
charges
get out all the
against the former
presidential
president for
immunity
conspiracy
stuff.
and other counts related to what he did after the 2020 election.
Super
But
serial.
what the special counsel's office is saying they're doing here is they needed to go back to the grand jury, Phil, and rewrite those charges so that they would incorporate what they need to say that's in line with what the Supreme Court told them they must do. Remember, the Supreme Court just in June made that decision on presidential immunity, saying that some of the things in this case had to be cut out, such as things that were allegations that may be part of Donald Trump's official duties as president, especially his interactions with others below him in the administration. So I'm still going through the superseding indictment documents.
Then why are you talking about it if you haven't been through it?
It's a 36-page document. And so what we have here now in this filing is that there are co-conspirators listed, but one of those people that we had before that would have been heard by many people on the jury if it had gone to trial, there would have been a lot of information about that official, Jeffrey Clark. He's not one of the co-conspirators anymore. He was a Justice Department official. Now it is 6 different private people, 5 private attorneys plus a private political consultant. Those are the people that are called co-conspirators here before the grand jury and now in this indictment against Donald Trump.
Okay. So anyway, Nicole Shanahan's now seeing the light on the persecution of Donald Trump. Now, also, some of the left were complaining about Donald Trump laying the wreath at Arlington and having film crew there or whatever. Well, apparently some Gold Star families have released a powerful statement supporting former President Donald Trump in the face of an onslaught of dishonest media attacks. Trump recently visited Arlington National Cemetery to honor the lives of 13 servicemen who were killed in the Afghan war withdrawal. We would like to express our heartfelt thanks and appreciation to President Donald Trump for his presence at the recent Section 60 gathering, honoring our children and their fallen brothers and sisters, the Gold Star family said. On the 3-year anniversary of the Abbey Gate bombing, the president and his team conducted themselves with nothing but the utmost respect and dignity for all of our service members, especially our beloved children, they added. NPR, a taxpayer-subsidized media organization, ran a hit piece on Donald Trump claiming that he did not have permission to photograph or video record at Arlington National Cemetery. The media outlet claimed 2 members of Donald Trump's campaign staff had a verbal and physical altercation Monday with an official at Arlington National Cemetery where the former president participated in a wreath-laying ceremony. A source, this is a quote still, a source with knowledge of the incident said the cemetery official tried to prevent Trump staffers from filming and photographing in a section where recent U.S. casualties are buried. The source said Arlington officials made it clear that only cemetery staff members would be authorized to take photographs or film in the area known as Section 60. Trump campaign spokesperson Stephen Chung refuted the allegations. We are prepared to release footage if such defamatory claims are made. The fact is that a private photographer was permitted on the premises, and for whatever reason, an unnamed individual clearly suffering from a mental health episode decided to physically block members of President Trump's team during a very solemn ceremony. Arlington National Cemetery's deputy chief of staff was pictured with President Trump while he laid the wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. The deputy chief of staff was there, and they're claiming they didn't have permission? That's interesting. CNN's Jim Acosta also accused Donald Trump of politicizing the deaths of the 13 fallen soldiers. Gold Star family members that Trump talked to personally said that they appreciated what he was doing to honor the memories of the fallen soldiers. None of the Gold Star family members said they had heard from Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. Arlington National Cemetery had informed Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Tim Walz with an invitation to participate in the ceremony 3 times. According to a White House official, requests for Joe Biden, Kamala Harris were made July 28th and August 9th. This is a desperate attempt by the corrupt media to attack Donald Trump for honoring the lives of American fallen soldiers, something both President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, she's the Harris in Biden-Harris, also running for president, have failed to do. So that's a letter from the Gold Star families regarding that. All right, let's do some quick hits and then I got to go. The only other thing I had under trending topics was Aurora, Colorado. I was telling you the other day how Aurora seems to have been taken over by Venezuelan gangs. Here's this person here, Queen Caterina, says an armed Venezuelan gang of illegal immigrants have reportedly taken full control of an apartment complex and parts of the town of Aurora, Colorado. And President Trump warned us. So who is this talking here? Let's see what this says. All right.
If I told you this was happening in 2024, would you believe me? Let me tell you how crazy this is. In Aurora, Colorado, there's a Venezuelan gang that has taken over 2 apartment buildings.
Hang on, if you didn't know, Aurora, Colorado is it's a suburb of Denver. It's on the south, kind of southeast, about third or fourth ring suburb of Denver.
Could you not? The landowner has contacted the local authorities. They said there's nothing they can do about it. That's squatter laws, bro. I could you not? Look this up. Number 2, he went to the FBI. They said there's nothing they can do. And he even went to the marshals, y'all. And this Venezuelan gang has taken over the apartment building. They're charging the tenants inside rent money like they're the landlords. Meanwhile, the real landlord can't get these people evicted. All the people that's leaving the apartment buildings, as soon as they leave, these Venezuelan gang members are just moving in more gang members to a point where they are taking over the building with guns.
Yes, ID, that is where the theater shooting happened too. I think it was Aurora.
It's no more security there. Like, look this up right now. And this is exactly what
it's not just 2 apartments. It's a whole apartment complex they've taken over.
I was talking about like 2 weeks ago. Oh, not even 2 weeks ago. On a couple of my videos. This is what they want. Attack within. Y'all better stay safe. Y'all better stay safe. This is what they want. For the country to be attacked from within. Black people versus the brown people. Let them fight it out. You see what I'm saying? Y'all better stay safe. It's getting crazy out here because it's going to get to a point where it's going to start affecting you. You may not live in Aurora, Colorado, but the fact that it's happening.
It's happening in more places than you know.
This is crazy. Y'all better.
So anyway, I'm going to skip on because he's got a little more.
Venezuelans is taking over.
Here's another video.
They just jacked them? Oh, me. These niggas is out here tripping. Bro, damn, they done made a mess of shit.
Nigga, y'all are on bullshit out here. That is on bullshit.
Jesus. This is a parking lot of a Target.
Nigga, they cracking off in the air and everything. They driving over the...
So anyway, we'll skip this now. Hang on. Let's see. This is in an apartment building. Apparently this is on someone's Ring camera. Or the security system, something. So I don't know what's going on there. And then finally, SOS help. Some people wanting some help. So anyway, yeah, Aurora's going crazy and there's lots of people posting these videos. Now, by the way, law enforcement officers across the country have received memos to be extra cautious of the dangerous Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, who have been invading our southern border. A bunch of them went to Aurora, Colorado, where they took over apartment buildings, robbed local stores, and committed violent crimes. They came here illegally under border czar Kamala Harris and have been terrorizing the residents of Colorado. So, not good. That is not good. All right, in the links today, let's just run through them real quick. I'll just do this. Let's start here. Illegal insurrection. Anti-Semitism. This is a headline you just been waiting to hear. Anti-Semitism exhibit scrapped at Seattle Museum after employees walked out to protest Israel. I gotta tell you, that's special. But of course you'd hear about that in Seattle. In Washington Free Beacon, investment advisory behemoth under fire for discriminating against companies with ties to Israel. So apparently Montana, Iowa, and Tennessee have launched investigations into whether an investment behemoth MSCI has engaged in a boycott, divestment, and sanction practices by issuing harmful ratings to companies over their Israeli ties, potentially encouraging clients away from investing in them. So that's brilliant. Legal insurrection, Biden-Harris administration might restart an asylum program before the DHS finishes fraud investigation because, everyone who crosses our border illegally only needs to know one word in English. Asylum. Where are you from? Asylum. NBC News reported that Joe Biden's administration might revive its controversial illegal alien flight program, even though the Department of Homeland Security hasn't finished an investigation into alleged fraud. So they're committing fraud to get on these flights that the Biden administration flies them into the country. Remember that program? In Breitbart, Gavin Newsom has to decide after California Democrats pass a $150,000 home loan program for illegal aliens. This is beautiful. California passed AB 1840 that expands eligibility in the state's down payment assistance program to undocumented Californians, and it passed the assembly and now is going to the governor. So they're giving up to $115,000 in down payment assistance to illegal aliens to buy homes in California. Now, I don't know if the program's available to people who are just plain old Americans, but the way they do it is they get up to $150,000 down payment assistance. They don't have to pay the loan back until they sell the property or refinance the property, and then they have to pay some interest on it after that. But and if any potential appreciation in the value of the home, then they pay it back when they sell it. Of course, what happens if they sell it at a loss? Here's what you do. And I'm sure someone will figure this out. So you get this down payment assistance program. And then you sell the home at a loss. That you're not out any money. You're not out $20,000. You just sell at a loss if you're having problems, or if it gets foreclosed on, you don't have to pay back the loan. So, way to go, California, for illegal aliens. Perfect. All right. More details in that article in American Thinker. Cal Fire. This is the fire management program. Confirms that illegal aliens were setting wildfires out in San Diego's backcountry. Along the international border, campfires lit by migrants and fires set by smugglers have sparked numerous recent blazes, igniting public safety concerns. So yeah, some of the illegals that are hiding out in the bush are, building fires to keep themselves warm, and then they set a whole giant section of the state on fire. So isn't that special? In the Daily Caller, attorney tells CNN there's a huge landmine in Jack Smith could be stepping on with the new Trump indictment. Former Justice Department official said Wednesday that Special Counsel Jack Smith may face a difficult obstacle with this Tuesday superseding indictment of former President Donald Trump. The new what is it? Here it is. Well, first of all, every time Trump gets indicted, he gets more popular. That's an interesting thing. The problem is he's got to steer clear of violating the presidential immunity ruling, but could misjudge which acts Judge Tanya Chutkan will deem protected, potentially necessitating another indictment process. So, yeah, Jack Smith's floundering on this one. In the Daily Caller, how's the government going to prove that? Dershowitz also explains why Jack Smith has an uphill fight with the new Trump charges. You can read about that. Legal insurrection, Trump assassination attempt. FBI shows pictures of the shooter's gun and his explosives. I don't care. It has all the markings of an FBI plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. So it was just too easy, too perfect, too many holes that were just perfectly filled with round pegs. So, and then they killed him and disposed of his body before anyone else could look at it. So there you go. In human events, U.S. attorneys impaneled a grand jury to consider criminal charges in Trump assassination investigation. Now that's weird. Who are they going to charge if it's only a lone gunman? Let's see the letter. Okay, here it is. A letter obtained by Human Events from America First Legal reveals that a records request for information on would-be assassin Thomas Matthew Crooks was denied because those records are within the scope of the grand jury subpoena. Oh, they're denying the FOIA request on some of the information. So there's going to be they're considering criminal charges. Please be advised that your request is denied on the basis that it requests records that relate to an ongoing criminal investigation, which are exempt from disclosure. The letter reads, okay, so so they're fighting that. They're trying to get more information. Federalist, new footage shows Pelosi admitting Dem leadership totally failed on January 6th. Yeah, she's leaking out parts of the movie that her daughter was making. And it's kind of weird because there is a point where she kind of says, I should have done this. We should have done this. We should have had more security. This is my fault. I mean, does she really admit that it's her fault, or is she just saying it's funny because this whole thing, if you watch some of the video, it sounds like she's just chirping for the cameras. PJ Media, Biden-Harris administration is acting like Trump's going to win. Well, yeah, because they keep, it's weird because they keep talking about, well, this says he doesn't think that Biden and Harris think she'll win. First, you have the Biden administration trying yet again to put Trump in prison with the latest indictment. The Supreme Court eviscerated the Smith case earlier this year. And then the only way, and this isn't the only way the Biden-Harris administration is acting like it expects Trump to win the election. According to documents the Daily Caller obtained, the Biden-Harris administration has deployed a little-known hiring mechanism to key staff divisions at the Department of Justice ahead of the 2024 election in order to Trump-proof the department. Okay, we already just talked about that one yesterday. So yeah, they're using some government employee tactics where they hire them under a certain statute, whatever, that they cannot be fired. Okay, it'd be against like the public service union rules and the agreement with the government to fire some of these people. And so they're installing a bunch of people using that method. It's dirty as fuck. So anyway, Data Caller, Zuckerberg's overdue admission about government censorship could offer fuel for First Amendment claims. You think? There's already lawsuits because of that. Appeals Court revives Sarah Palin's defamation lawsuit against New York Times. That's in Breitbart. The U.S. Court of Appeals in the Second Circuit ruled Wednesday that a district court had improperly dismissed former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin's defamation suit against the New York Times, allowing a new trial in the case. Remember when people were just all giddy that they dumped that case? Well, Sarah Palin's back, and they're reviving that case. So that'll be interesting. It's really hard to sue American journalistic outlets for that type of thing. So for whatever reason, this appeals court reinstated the case. Maybe they have some evidence that they lied. Also, okay, and that's the same article. And then the last one, Biden-Harris throws even more dollars at the problems they made up. We're talking about green energy, and you can read that one on your own. All right, guys, that's it. Got to go. Thanks for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. I will be here again tomorrow for our Friday free-for-all show, and hopefully we'll get to talk about the interview, the taped interview, the edited taped interview with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. That'll be just a joy for all of us. I know, but I'm sure there'll be at least one gaffe that they forget to edit out, or just, they forget that most people don't agree with these shitbags, whatever I'm trying to say, about some of these things. So that's it. Thanks for joining me today. I got to go. My name is P Dog Knight. And I'm out of here. Links in the chat. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, this is P-Dog Knight, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.